Hey, what's up? Right now, I was calling you back to track for. Yeah, no, you. How was your stay at the hotel? That was nice. Why they cutting out? Oh, now I'm trying to cut the TV on. It won't cut on. Oh, you just got home? Yeah, just got back home. Oh, me and Auntie will be down there Tuesday. What y'all coming down here for? So pick up your meat friend. Mm-hmm. Then they drop the kids off at Licky House. We're probably gonna go by the house because they ain't know that her. She probably take us to the store down there, whatever. All that. I said I didn't tell her. She said she asked for them, but we've been hearing you live on her tips and stuff like that. So you might want to give her a few dollars and stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, I talked to her today. She alright. Yeah, she alright. No, I told you what to do. Look it. I mean, you could do that though. You can buy the tissue. So I ain't saying don't do that. But what I'm saying is um, well, it won't work. But anyway, fuck it. I ain't gonna worry about it right now unless it ain't working because I'm on the phone. Um, I can't find my remote. Yeah, I had to break this the TV that I bought him. I did call back. I didn't hang up. I called back. Did nobody answer? Man, my booty call be with me every day, all day, every minute of the day. Ain't no booty going on. Shit. My little thing got cobwebs on it. Ain't nothing going on in this. I wish. Um, who you was with? Who you was with? Oh, okay. I was say for you to be in the room, yeah, you paid for it, so it must have been somebody that ain't had nothing. You cheating. He got two jobs. I told you he got supposed to go work with him. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. You know what I was thinking though? What? That you need to come back up here to go to school. Because I don't want to go into Detroit schools. Start meeting people all over again. They funky. No, she can come up back up here and go to school. We'll think about it. But no. If it don't work out in the first month or two, then I'll bring her back. Shit. She don't want to be down. She don't want to be down, man. She don't want to be extra. That's why I'm coming down there to get her. She don't want to see the extra. That's why I'm coming. Are you saying that's her only problem? I mean, if you ask me, because she keep calling her, she like, I'm going to see my friend. My friend. But you know it's a big step because all she know is out here though, you know. You said what? It's huh? Someone cut the line on the Cadillac. What you mean? Cut the brake line, no brakes at all. It's leaking. So they must have just did that. Wow. Somebody cut the line on the Cadillac. The brake line. We had it out on the street. They're not down there. They're outside. Come here, Lily. They're not down there. He's not down there. Oh, yeah.
Shut the front door. Front door locked. You're over the age of 35, stop everything you're doing right now. After a lifetime of eating fatty foods, you may run the risks of a stroke or heart attack due to plaque buildup in your veins and arteries. To learn how you can reduce your risks, visit youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856 today. This may be a life-changing call for you or someone you love. Thank you, and we hope to hear from you.
So you have a story that came out of Mississippi where you had a former race soldier. He was in a relationship with a black woman, and he was married. So she was his dirty little secret that he had on the side. Well, this one time race soldier ended up killing this black woman that he was in a relationship with. So he accepted a plea deal on Friday for the 2019 death of the sister by the name of Dominique Clayton, from the killing her back then. Now, he was 40 years old and she was 32. He was originally charged with capital murder at the time. And his lawyer said that he was remorseful, and this was a situation where he literally got to the point where he broke. Now it says the former race soldier and the woman's last name is Clayton. That's Dominique Clayton. Were in a relationship at the time of death. It said that he was accused of shooting her to death as she slept in her home May the 19th, 2019. Now he ended up pleading guilty, and he's going to they're taking death penalty off of the table and want to sentence him to prison with life without parole. Now, she was discovered by one of her four children on May 19th in her home on Suncrest Drive in Lafayette County. Coroner Rocky Kennedy later confirmed that she succumbed to a gunshot wound to the head. It's after officers discovered then Officer King was in a relationship with Clayton. That's in the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. Was called to investigate the case. It said shortly after the race soldier was arrested and he was fired. Now, they said, according to the race soldier, they said Clayton had threatened to tell his wife. So she knew that this guy was married. She knew. Okay, it wasn't a secret about the affair. I said, according to Clayton's family, she was trying to end a relationship before King killed her. I said, Clayton also told family members before her death that she feared King might harm her because she told him she thought she might be pregnant. Okay, so her family filed a $5 million wrongful death suit against the city of Oxford and the Oxford Police Department. But this is the thing, you should not be getting involved with no married man, period. The man is married. Why get involved? Period. It just, no matter the situation, don't do that. There's enough single men out here to date. A lot of single men. Why do you want to get involved with some drama? If he got issues in his house, if his wife is so bad, or whatever the case may be, then let him take care of his situation with his wife and get clear of that. And then if he's still around and you still single later, then get involved with that. But the thing is, it's not right when you knew good and well that man was married. Now let's get to the other part of it. You in Mississippi, okay? And some of this mess with this zaddy action going on, and you notice the zaddy girls, they didn't say nothing about the story too much. Every time something happened, when they on here champion, black men is this and black men are that, they don't talk about how these zaddies be killing these sisters out here. They don't talk about that, or how they be harming their sisters. This so-called zaddy here shot this sister in the head while she was sleeping. Say what you want to say about brothers, but that's not the average action of brothers. Yeah, you may get into some sort of altercation with a brother, cussing, fussing, whatever. But brothers not trying to just cold blood do that to you. That's just not the norm. The zaddies, if you would actually research the Mzungu on Mzungu crime, this is kind of, the things that go on in their relationships. That's why I tell people, don't ever think that you're getting involved with something that's, better on the other side. You don't know what you're getting involved with some people. Something new to you, I guess, or whatever, but never get involved with no married woman or married man. Let them deal with the issues. You don't need all that. So now this woman is gone. She's gone. Her kids don't have a mother anymore. And yeah, he gonna go to jail. But this is the thing about that. When he was in jail, let me show you how they don't think the life of a black woman don't matter at all. So they said he was transferred from the Panola County Jail to the Union County Jail after an image surfaced showing him eating a meal at the guard desk, unsupervised and unrestrained. So he was living good in jail. They were taking care of him because he didn't do nothing wrong in their eyes. He just, silenced somebody that was going to say something about what he had going on. But, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Listen, I know we have our issues and problems as a people, but you know what? Our issues and problems, at least we know what they are. We know. When you start doing all this zaddy and all that, trust me, you don't know what you're getting into. And then when these things happen, you want to be quiet as a mouse. Don't want to acknowledge it. Don't want to, say, hey, wait a minute. I really don't need to be making content to deceive younger women that could have had some hurt in a relationship, thinking that that's going to be the solution to that problem. Maybe some therapy is definitely going to be the solution to the problem, but that's not going to be the solution to the problem because you lead these young women to the slaughter a lot of times. Those of you who have, platforms and thinking that's the thing they should do just so you can get some coin. Shame on you for doing that without telling the truth. And you won't even tell the truth of these stories at all. You won't do it because, it's going to affect the coin. They got people, ladies and gentlemen, that will, lead you to the slaughter just so they can get some assets. 250 years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, sharecropping, the Ku Klux Klan, lynchings, bombings, mass incarceration, the separation and destruction of the black family. All of that has had an effect on our mind. Our mind needs to be decolonized. We today are experiencing mental slavery, not physical slavery as once our ancestors had to endure. In my book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we take you through every step to start releasing the chains that's on your mind. He or she who controls the mind controls the person. It is in a vested interest of the white supremacist system to keep your mind bogged down in a mental slavery, throwing entertainment, throwing drugs, throwing alcohol, anything they can at you to keep you bogged down. You got to free yourself from mental slavery by purchasing our book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, today on Amazon. Make sure you share it with your family, share it with your friends. Everyone can benefit from decolonizing the mind, because once your mind is decolonized, you will never be put to sleep again.
Embark on a rich, bold adventure with notes of treachery, doom, and a hint of roasted moss. Dragon's Milk. Here, eat dragons.
And those two were in contact, and I have since been removed from that. I cannot get into the nature of her specific allegations at this time. Obviously, we're in the very infant stages of this investigation. We have a lot of fact-finding to do. We have interviews to conduct, and it would be totally premature for me to comment on any of that. I cannot release any documents at this time, as per agreement with our district attorney, David Soares. I can tell you that Attorney Brian Primo and his client did in fact come in. She filed a formal report alleging criminal conduct against the governor. The conduct was sexual in nature. The meeting, at that point, commences the investigative process for the Albany County Sheriff's Office. The meeting was not lengthy. The meeting was more about explaining the process of the criminal justice system and what to expect going forth. The meeting was approximately 1 hour long, and the victim and the attorney then departed our headquarters station. I cannot go into any detail from there. I can tell you that we've reached out to the Attorney General's office and their private counsel assigned, requesting investigative material that will aid us in going forward, and that's where we are today.
Sheriff, saying whether any of the complaint had to do with anything outside of the city of Albany, or was it in the city of Albany? Because I'm wondering why they might have gone to the sheriff instead of the city police.
I can tell you that the complaint occurred in the city of Albany. I can tell you that the city of Albany and the state capitol buildings are located in our great county. I am the sheriff of this county, and I have jurisdiction. Not that I'm aware of at this time. Again, we are in the very infant stages. We have not even talked about that at this point.
Tell us approximately when this incident occurred.
I'd rather not, sir, at this point. Again, we're in the very infant stages of this investigation. I do not want to go any further on that. We have a report on file. It alleges criminal conduct against our governor, and it would be just at this point, it would not be in our best interest to talk about it.
About 4 months ago, you and I, in very vague terms, talked about this, and you said essentially it's up to the victim to come forward before we take any action of any sort. So, is there any indication of why this is the timing now? Now that 4 or 5 months after the initial report, she decided to take action?
I really can't answer that. What I can say is it's obvious that the Attorney General released her report. I think maybe at that point, she became aware of just how brave the other victims are to come forward, and that may have empowered her some
just went
as well.
out and got dinner, and niggas can't keep shit.
How long an investigation like this usually takes?
You know what? It's I would be guessing. You know, I mean, this is obviously a very high-profile investigation. There's a lot of information out there. We have a lot of fact-finding to do. We have a lot of interviews to do. And you know what? I'm not going to rush it because of who he is, and I'm not going to delay it because of who he is. We're going to conduct a very comprehensive investigation, as my investigators and my staff always do. And when the data and the facts are compiled, we'll make a decision at that point.
Your approach will change, considering that this involved Governor Cuomo.
I couldn't hear the beginning of that.
Sorry, to that point, your approach to this investigation won't change as opposed to other investigations, considering that this involves Governor.
No, it's obvious, a high-profile investigation. I mean, it's the governor. But listen, we treat victims the same. We investigate the same. This one just has more eyes on it.
Lawyers to notify them of this criminal complaint?
No, I have not. I have spoken to our district attorney and members of his staff. We have discussed it, and we hope to sit down in the upcoming week to come up with a game plan. Listen, the last thing we want to do is continue to re-victimize these victims and have them tell the story over and over again. And I know I've read the report as well. I've read our report that we took from our victim. And again, I commend them on their bravery for coming forward. And now it's time for us to begin our investigation.
Would your investigation have been assisted at all if the Attorney General also had a criminal investigation instead of what we got earlier this week?
It would be hard for me to answer that. There's other investigative data out there. I'm sure that's the information that we're looking for.
How will your investigation be different than the AG's investigation?
I'm sorry?
How will your investigation be different than the AG's investigation?
Well, right now, I would say that our investigation is involving criminal conduct. I believe that the Attorney General was given their investigative powers were steered more towards civil investigation. Our investigation is more towards a criminal
You got
investigation.
somebody to come up with something from.
Walk us through the process going forward.
So obviously,
Got a new
Mr. Pinto
accuser.
and his client came in
Sexual
on Thursday
criminal
afternoon. As I
sexual
said, they had roughly an hour of a
accusation.
more or less meet and greet and explanation of the
Allegations.
criminal justice process and how this is going to proceed. From here, we've already requested investigative material from the Attorney General and the private counsel that they had hired out. We're waiting to review what comes back, as well as the district attorney from Albany, and I believe there's several other district attorneys involved in this at this point. Our focus is right here. And then at that point, we'll review that data. At some point, we're going to have our victim back in for probably a very lengthy interview, could be a series of interviews. And at that point, depending on the facts and the circumstances, we'll sit down with the district attorney and make a decision.
One candidate gets ripped by a local newspaper after his love for white nationalism is exposed.
Yeah,
His name is Josh
I watched this
Wells.
before.
Let's put up a picture of Josh Wells.
That's another one.
Josh Wells, a school board candidate in Haven,
A race
was the
riot.
subject of a
A race
hard-hitting editorial by the Kansas City
Had a black
Star this
on the
week.
lab. Fucking her.
The editorial Ford explained
threatened
how
to expose her.
Wells
He killed her.
had been
That was
exposed
the picture
by the
that
Midwest
one before I watched that. That's when the
Liberation
other one
Front
came out.
for seeking
Yeah,
to
this is
establish,
another one.
and I quote, a white nationalism and or a pro-Western Christian theocracy with a protected white majority status, whichever one is more obtainable. Wow. Wow. Think about this. This guy wants to be in charge of children. Okay? The newspaper noted Wells had been visited by the FBI for his connections to the Proud Boys on January 5th, one day before the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Former U.S. Attorney for Kansas, Barry Grissom, urged voters to remain vigilant. In this era of half-truths and lies that weaken our institutions of government that for years were respected, we take comments from white supremacists and people who are on the fringe, and we just now kind of shrug our shoulders like it's not a big deal. That, to me, is a cancer in our society. Well said. Well said. The Southern Poverty Law Center says the Proud Boys, rank and file Proud Boys and leaders, regularly spout white nationalist memes and maintain affiliations with known extremist groups. Put this picture up again. If you see this guy around any children, make sure to go the other way. This white nationalist is seeking to become a school board representative. We don't want that to happen. And Adrian, they're trying to get into local office just as they were instructed to do by their Republican colleagues in the Congress.
Yeah, that's right. They're following instruction. And the thing is, they are a lot bolder about it than they at least were in the 80s and 90s. And the fact is that we've always had white supremacists who are in positions of leadership in government, but now they have the audacity to be very open about who they are, and yet they are still supported. We as a society continue to regress. We are going backwards, clearly, because it's just like going back to the 40s and 50s. I guess Trump is getting his way in terms of making America great again, because we have this whole white supremacy mentality, and it is very much entertained out in the open, and no one is really doing anything about it.
Yeah, Trump's code was really, let's make America white, male-dominated, bigoted again. That's what he wants.
Tire is the lowest tire price, period. And you've got a guy who just keeps going with more free services.
More than anybody.
Which is how we make the lowest tire price feel even low.
Soldier killed the
The
girlfriend.
school has provided childcare for Rush University Medical Center employees for 50 years, staying open through the pandemic in order for healthcare workers to stay at work. And early on, they required masks.
We were wearing them before they were even being mandated.
With nearly 100 kids ages 4 months to 12 years old, the school's program director tells us in the first 15 months of the pandemic, they only saw one COVID positive case and 0 of some of the illnesses they typically see. At the school during the pandemic, there's been no pink eye, no strep throat, and no hand, foot, and mouth disease.
The mask has really eliminated most of our sickness. During this time, it was crucial because parents needed to be at work and they were essential, so we needed to be open for them. And having their children healthy here was a benefit for everyone. In general, there have been across the board viruses are down.
Dr. Beth Van Opsco is a pediatrician and professor at Rush, and her students often observe at the school. She says mask wearing has made a difference for children's health here and will continue to make a difference as kids will increasingly spend more time indoors.
I think the risk of not wearing a mask is higher than the benefit to wearing it. It's not just about your own kid, but about keeping all the people in the building and also all the adults that go with those little people in the building.
With the recent increase of children getting COVID nationwide, the staff at Armor School plan to stay the course with vigilant cleaning and mask wearing, hoping to continue their success of keeping COVID and other childhood illnesses at bay. Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.
That was Phil. The ones that was about
You know, we get told like certain things can't grow here because of the winters. I'm finding out that's not true. That's not true at all. Brandon Cruising said, thank you for the super chat. When we reject their privilege to their face, they start glitching. Yeah. And when we tell them no, they D3 little inside and go tell daddy the privilege didn't work. Well, I mean, all of their mind games don't work on us. It works on certain Black people. It really does. It works on certain ones, but everyone, no, it don't work on all of us. And just like I think there are things about us where, you know, like a Candace Owens, but I really think deep down inside, even somebody cooning like her, they know she's full of crap. Even some of them know that Candace is full of crap. You can pick up on that. She gets called a grifter. A lot of people can pick up on that. Even they can pick up on her being full of crap.
Went down here long enough to really say that too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of them are. But, you know, like I said, when I was working, I could tell. You get stuck in the elevator with a few of them, you'll be able to